Hello everybody, so we are here again. I just changed the location of the camera of the studio because I got a couple of recommendations, like maybe it would be better just to show mm, my face, while I talk to you. So just change it that. So I'm sorry in advance. Okay, so in this video, I think we are going just to compose something um, dark epic music because we were talking about it the other day. Someone just asked for it, so I thought it could be interesting just doing something like that. Also because I need to create some tracks more or less in this style, so I will try to do something that is useful. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you here, man. So that's the idea. And okay, so dark epic music. What can we just find? Maybe we can just search for some references. I checked a couple of them before, and I just would like to do something, probably something similar to that. So dark, if we just put dark epic music on YouTube, we can find tracks, many different tracks. Actually, you can also see this live video, but just if you ask YouTube to show you dark epic music, you can find many different references that are useful. So that's the idea. I would like to do something in that way. So I'm just listening to one of them. Yeah, this is trailer music actually, more than just epic, but it's okay. We can just do something in the middle. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the piano sketch as always. Something we're going just to find first of all. Probably if we just go with the chords progression, we find something interesting. So imagine we want to do this in, I don't know, D minor. I think it was someone asking for it the other day. There was someone asking for D minor track. So something that it was you, Luis. Okay, so D minor if it's fine for you. So we can just try to find something. I like that kind of intros where music is super soft, even a bit emotional. Hello, Synthworks. Nice to see you here. Okay, Luis. Okay, so anything that sounds dark. Okay, so something that usually dark, it sounds pretty dark here, I think is just if we go with minor chords, just play everything minor. Okay, so D minor, then we just jump a third, a minor third. So we can go, for example, to F minor. So this changes playing minor chords constantly in a distance of thirds, minor thirds, usually sound pretty dark. But at the same time, it doesn't have lots of emotions, I would say. So probably just better to join some. I don't know. Just finding some chords. No. Just trying to... So, okay, we can maybe just start playing some basic progression. So, something like maybe... Hello, not smart. Okay, but even slower, it could be better. Maybe just reducing the tempo here, something like that. I like this tempo for epic music sometimes. So Luis says first, fourth, seventh, third. So in D minor. So this is fourth, seventh would be okay. So we can try many different. Use a lot of those chords for emotional music. It takes a few inversions to get it sounding good too. Yes, you mean the ones Luis commented, like first, fourth, seventh, third, or what I was playing, which I'm not sure what was it. It was pretty simple. Let me share. I think you can see here what I was playing, and the ones I'm playing Sierra are first D minor, B flat major, G minor, and then it's just like A major with a sus, yeah. So what I'm playing here. Yeah, it's D minor, B flat major, G minor, and A major. Like sus 2. Yeah, I went to a conservatory where I study classical music. Lana Del Rey is just a kind of music I didn't listen to so much. I just listened to a few songs, so not really familiar with it. But yeah, of course, we can try maybe one day, just listen to it and try to find something similar. So, but I think it's completely different style of the cinematic one. But sure, you of course just send me. It's always nice just to listen to good music, and Lana Del Rey does great music, I think so. Okay. So this is just an example of what could we do just for the intro, something pretty simple, super simple. But if we just create the correct atmosphere here, I think it could work. It's been used in thousands, hundreds of thousands of tracks. So that's because this chord progression works always. The bad thing is that it's not original at all. So and yes, Bach was okay. It's considered the father of modern music, right? In some ways. So yeah, and the counterpoint from Bach is amazing. It's just from another planet, Dark Paradise. Okay. Like as this chat is always just record it there. I can take it later too. So I can just check the tracks after the video, so I can get just an idea of what kind of music would you like for in the style of Lana Del Rey. Okay, so we can maybe go. I just was trying some different things I was testing this morning too. So in terms of synthesizers, I actually like how Contact 7 came out. You know, I don't have the full version, just the Contact player, the free one. I just still didn't upgrade my Contact version from 6 to 7, but this is the new browser. So, and it's a bit weird to me because I'm used to this, or to the, come on, how is it this? I still just don't know still how to make it, anyway. How to see this as the old player. But here just we have a few of the libraries, I see. Some are like in weird folders, anyway. Maybe we can just start with typical super atmospheric music and just create the correct sound for that intro, so we can start just seeing everything more in context. So for that, I usually like libraries like this one, for example, like Ashlight. Yeah, I have many of them, many libraries. I just invested lots of money in different libraries, to be honest. More than I use. Okay, this is... Okay, so if I load this, let's see how this works. Okay. Anyway, this is quite dark, actually. Well, I think Sierra, you can buy Contact in many different situations. Like they offer it for half of the money, maybe a couple of times per year, like in Black Friday for sure, and also maybe in the summer sales or something like that. I just bought Contact years ago in summer. I think it was kind of a sale we had there, so. And I paid like 200 euros or something like that. So, and you know, in the end, it's something you need. So, there was no sale. I don't know. They definitely usually do it, I think. But I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Also, you can just I think there were some libraries that allow you to get a nice offer from them. I just don't remember how it was, but like if you bought something from some developers, then you had the option to get a super nice price for Contact. Okay, it's going to be expensive in any case because it's expensive software, but you can also buy maybe... Hello, Eris. You can also check forums like VI Control, I think. This one. Wait. Let me... I think it's this one. Because they have a sales forum, like people buying and selling software. And, you know, I bought and sold some things there, and it was completely fine. You know, I didn't have any problems there. It looks like people there are quite serious usually. At least that was my experience in that forum. So and 14. No, I think you mean complete 14, maybe. That's a collection of different libraries and plugins and software. While Contact is just like the engine, you need to run many of the libraries probably most of the developers still have their libraries for Contact. So you need to get Contact in order to use most of the libraries. And I think from native instruments, basically any library you need Contact. And yeah, the updates are mostly just updates, like improvements in some of the libraries, and also they add some libraries depending on the version you are searching, you are considering. I mean, they still have the same libraries. I'm not sure if I understand what you mean, but I think if you wait, but this is just native instruments. Well, okay, wait, let me just share them. New screen, native instruments. Let me just share this. Okay, so this is the Native Instruments website, right? And you have here, okay, this is my account if I enter, but I think it's just, but no. In products, this is just the Spanish. Let's put this in English, maybe. United States. So okay, it doesn't change the language. I just thought it could be something in English so everybody could. Anyway, when you go to different complete. Okay, let me just introduce my. So this is my offers, okay, because I just bought this one years ago. The 13, actually. I have the complete 13 collector's edition, and this is just my upgrade. I didn't pay for it, and I'm not doing it, I don't think, soon. But what does this include? It includes lots of products, different products. I'm not sure why this is not working nicely. Okay, so basically most of these things were in the previous version, but for example, this is in the previous version, but these first 4 libraries are not in the complete 13 collector's edition. So you are just paying $500 and you get some new things, but most of them are just the same. So it definitely worth the money for what you get, I say. So I should get, instead of saving up for 14. I think you are confusing maybe Contact with Complete. It's not the same thing. Complete includes Contact, actually. If you check their website, nativeinstruments.com, you just will get Contact too. So I think Contact might be here. Yeah, you see, it includes Contact 7. It's inside the package. So I wouldn't buy Contact 7 as standalone. Yeah, they are different things. Contact is just the engine you need to run most of the libraries. While Complete 14, this is just one of the versions, but you can maybe just search which is the best for you. So, for example, because there are many different ones, in my case, I have access to these 3 ones, but I'm not sure if you buy this one, you will get Contact too, but they are different things. Complete is like a package of different plugins. You get lots of software licenses with it, while just Contact is probably just one of them. I'm not sure how. So just check their website and just check if this is going to be. Yeah, actually the cheapest one also contains Contact. So I wouldn't buy Contact as a standalone product. I would just buy probably this pack if you are starting. I think you will just, with this pack, you are getting Contact and many more material. So it's going to be better, I guess. Yes, but Contact 7 comes with some sounds, but not too much, not too many things compared with any of these packages. But of course, that depends on each person, and what you want and what you need. So that's it, I think. Okay. Yeah, Spitfire does create libraries too. I agree. Theragold 2 is a wonderful library. Okay, so let's just try to do something because. Okay. This is dim. Okay, this is just, I'm just trying to figure out which atmosphere I want. No, I don't have Contact 7, I have Contact 6. I bought Complete 13 Collector's Edition, and this Contact 7 you see here is just a free player. They offer a free version of it that only works with some libraries, not with all of them. So if I want to, for example, just load here some of the ADO ones, it will probably just don't allow me. So anyway, Ashlight. If you're getting Contact, I would, if you are not sure, I would probably start with a free version of Contact. So, but I'm not sure if you have any other libraries already or not really. So just in case, the free version is free, so you won't spend money on it. This is Contact 6. So what else can we add? I really like this library in general, but maybe we can also go with some alarms or signals, ambient signals from this library. Okay, Sierra, look, you have the website of Native Instruments, the one I just showed before. You have there different options for getting Contact. You can buy Contact directly, and you can also just buy one of the complete packages they offer, the complete standard or the complete, I don't know how they call them, it's like, again, let's go here. Contact 7 is, or Contact 6, Contact in general, 6, 7, these are the different versions, okay? It doesn't mean anything else. Contact is just like an engine you need, a software you need to run libraries, sample libraries. While Complete, these things, these packages, these are just like collections of plugins and libraries, and these collections also include Contact. So yes, you can buy one of them and you will get Contact included. The latest version, which in this case is Contact 7, okay? But also, you know, you can buy also Contact as standalone. Contact. If you buy this, you have the Contact available. And in my case, it's just an update price of $100 because I have Contact 6 already. But if not, it's I don't know how much, probably 300 or 500. I don't know how much you said before. Anyway, this is just one software, you know, that you need to run many libraries, sample libraries. The complete 14 is a different thing. It's just like a collection of plugins. So they are different things. You need this Contact 7 or 6 or any version of Contact to run many libraries, sample libraries. You don't need Complete for that. Complete is just a collection. It's different thing, you know. And Complete includes Contact. Unless you can check the version of Complete, the exact version of Complete you want, and you can check once you select, for example, I don't know, this version of the Complete 14, okay, the Complete 14 Ultimate. You click here, and if you go to the products included, you can see what you get with the collection with this Complete 14. And here you would get these libraries, you know. So then you can just see if it's interesting for you or not. And many of these libraries just need Contact. That is also included. That's why usually Complete 14 is better option than just buying Contact without anything else, you know. It's usually better. You get much more for the price if you buy Complete 14 than if you buy just Contact 7. You need Contact to run the libraries. Yes, you need Contact if you want to run these libraries. If you don't have Contact and you buy one of these libraries, you are not going to be able to use it. Unless, of course, the library is also ready to be used with the free version of Contact, which I think most of these are. But some developers don't do that because it's like they have to pay some money and not all the companies want or can do that. So it's good to have Contact full version, so the one you have to pay for, in order to be able just to run any library made for Contact. No, not just the ones that are available for the Contact free version. So, and also, of course, if you wanted to develop your own libraries, you will need the Contact full version, but I guess that's not the case here. And just for running any library, you need Contact. So yeah, you can buy Contact 7 if you want just a standalone product. You can go to this site and just write Contact 7. It depends a lot on the libraries. You can just check that in each of the libraries. Hello, Jean. But you know, libraries, for example, here, if you buy the ones here, you have some prices here of some of the libraries. So they are not cheap at all. This is quite expensive thing. But I mean, it's not these libraries are expensive. It's in general, this is quite expensive. So, okay, let's try just to do music. So, yeah, there is a free version of Contact. That's what I was saying also. But not all the libraries are available for it. So if you want to run any possible library made for Contact, you will need the full version. So most of the main developers have them just for the free version of Contact. So but some are not going to be available for it. So, but yeah, I would just check it for free first of all. There are some free libraries too. Okay, so these are just like ambient signals. I like that one. This sounds pretty dark, I think, in general. Don't worry about that piano. I will. Yeah, the Keep Forest libraries are amazing, especially for for trailer music and epic stuff and things like that. They sound amazing, man. I use them a lot too. So this is Keep Forest, Devastator, Signal. Okay, you know, when I use this kind of libraries that are not orchestral, I just don't go with a template only for orchestral instruments, because usually I like just I feel quite limited if I have a template using this kind of sounds. It's like I used to go with the ones I have in the template instead of just searching for the best option. So okay. Okay, so maybe we can just add some effects here. Actually, we have some already. I think maybe some reverb too. Reverb. Okay, but not that much. We have some presets here. That's interesting. Yeah, something like that, maybe. Maybe it's too much. You know, this is just kind of experiment, nothing really, and I think this piano is going to be a bad option, so probably just go with Contact. Yeah, it has, but you know, this one is just included in the library. It's just one of the effects I got from the library, so just found it interesting maybe. I like this piano usually for trailer music. I know that one, but I don't have it. You know, I never bought it, so never used it either. So, but yeah, I really like the pads I could hear there. So these pianos usually from Native Instruments are quite low in the volume. and maybe we can just use one of these big concert hall. Okay. You know, we can play with something like that, like this kind of arpeggio, super easy arpeggio. Let's try. This piano roll for reference. We need much more reverb. And I think we can just insert this one here with a super long tail. Okay, this is the Hans Zimmer expansion for Zebra 2, and you know, this is the presets. Theoretically, Hans Zimmer and his team were behind this. So I'm just going to use this one just for creating some ambience. So just going with the pitch bend in my keyboard. And as you see, this is amazing for creating some beautiful atmospheres. Let's record that. Yes, Spitfire does lots of great stuff, I think. It's one of the main orchestral libraries, I would say. Okay, so this is too loud, I think. I would just reduce the volume, as I want this to be super soft in the background, maybe a bit to the left. Yeah, Zebra is amazing, you know, I really like it too. It's beautiful, and it's really useful, really interesting, you know. It gives you lots of material that you can use in many different contexts, and also the expansion from Hans Zimmer is full of super interesting stuff. Didn't you mean that sound, reverting that atmospheric sound? This one I used from Zebra? Yeah, of course we can do that if you want. We can check how this sounds. Okay, so for reverting it, I bounce it in situ usually. I just make a bounce in situ. And if I not wrong, because it's been a while since last time I did this, reverting something. I think it was editing. I think it was here. Around here, I did that around here, just like here. Here. I had that in mind, that this was down here. So yeah. Okay. You know, in this case, actually now I'm curious about how these two together would sound. This is not reverted at all, and this is. So let's see how this. I think this needs lots of reverb too, because it's like the other one works pretty well because of the tail is just like much more smoother, but this one is like smoother in the beginning, but then almost drastically it stops. So maybe with reverb we solve that. And here I just loaded another kind of piano. You know, I want something like that. You know what's also another thing I like from Omnisphere, which I have here. You know, these are just like kind of test ideas. I'm not really worried about lots of this stuff. This is just an expansion I got from a website, super cheap. I don't know if it was $30 or $15, something like that. And I got quite a lot of material here too. But I'm not sure if this is okay. Maybe I should just turn this on. You know, I usually do that first of all, but not today. It looks like not today. Okay, now. That kind of stuff, you know. Just towards the end. But there is a problem here, I think. And it is that this pulse is doing triplets, and we have the pulse doing just straight notes. So probably we just need to, okay, just 8, yeah, 8 notes. So probably just we can go with 16th. So, but and also tweak this. We want the strength in the first, you know, because I like the sound, but I just don't like that this is going triplets and the other pulse we were using is doing straight. This creates kind of conflict that we don't want here. So it should work now. I feel a bit. I think this needs also a fade in, and of course we need to do a fade out here just to avoid any clipping, any click, I mean. So okay, let's see. And probably we can just go with something. Yeah, I think it works much better, I agree. You know, these packs from Colossus or something like that. I got this as a pack, an offer, also quite cheap and really useful stuff for creating music for film and things like that, like Underscore. We could try that, maybe, in the background, I mean. And actually we can maybe, I'm just thinking, you know, just thinking some ideas, we can automate distortion, so, because it doesn't have it in the sound. I think it has a bit, but not that. I would like more. So let's do that, something like that. Just in the second time we repeat the chords. So these are the chords. We'll start doing that here, okay? Okay, yeah, I think actually that Omnisphere 2.6, which is the version I'm using here, already have everything created for Atmosphere included. Mostly because when you open Omnisphere, here for example, you can just go with the Atmosphere library. If you were used maybe to that and you just don't want to explore more sounds or something, you can just go with the sounds from Atmosphere. So, and also Trillian. If you have Trillian, you just can go and load, focus on this from an Omnisphere instance. So that's pretty useful actually, especially if you have some limits in your resources. It's really useful. It allows you to just go with much more sounds without less resources, I guess. Anyway, we were saying of maybe automating some resources, some distortion, sorry. So I'm going to use isotope trash 2, which always just tell me this. I don't know why. Let's try, okay. Let's try some presets. Maybe this is too much, right? Sorry. Okay, this is too some are not really nice, and it's too loud. I think I like this one, but yeah, I think this is too. I think we can go from. Okay, so I think this is the thing we are going to automate. So we turn on the automation. I don't know how to say that word in English. Sorry. We can just go from latch and go with isotope trash, and I think it was the mix one, right? Or no, not the dry. What was this one, maybe? The wet? That right now we have at 0%. Again, this shit. Okay, so maybe we can just, okay, go with, just, yeah, starting there, just 0% wet here. And I want, for example, just, what's happening here? Okay, no. Oh, come on, what happened here? I this is like, I don't know, I just took, wait. Okay, you know, I just want to automate, to create automatization. But in the wet parameter, so creating here this, now I'm just working on the wet, yes, and I want it to be like 100%, and this would be 0. This would be completely dry. It means no distortion at all, and this would be completely wet. That means 100%, but I don't want it to be completely like this, but just to accelerate the distortion in the end, so, and be slower in the beginning. So I just tweak the curve, and I want something like this. At least that's what I have in mind. Let's see how this works. It's weird. It's like, not sure if I automated. I'm not sure if I did it well. Anyway, it doesn't sound bad. So if we go with everything from the beginning, Okay, not bad. So we can just start searching for something else. I don't love this intro, but let's try to find an ostinato for the strings, I think. Sorry. So, okay, we can just sorry. This is the piano roll. Okay. You know, this is pretty simple, but it's usually not necessary creating super complex ostinato here. Actually, it's even not good for achieving the correct effect. I would say in epic, especially trailer music, just keep it simple, because you don't want complexity, you want powerful music, you want something that sounds especially big, enormous, not something complex. So I'm muting this as I use it just for reference of the chords. So just created this ostinato there just to see how could go with that. Let's go with the basis, and then we will start doubling this, layering this with many different things. So Chelly, we go now with the basis. Okay. Let's quantize that to, let's go with the violas. Actually, violas could just double the cello from the beginning, I think. Maybe 1 octave higher. And we could just go with violins, doubling the violas 1 octave higher. But in the second part of the ostinato, you know, in the second half. So it would be here, I think. This would be second violins, probably. And we can just do the same with the first ones, you know. Just doubling these ones, but 1 octave higher. So let's listen to all the strings. Let's see when the violins. We can go also with the second violins. These are the second violins, and we could just do maybe a 1/3. Let's see. Actually, I usually need to tweak these things because it's not always the same interval between different notes, but it looks like it works here. Yeah. Yes. The low strings bring it to life, acting like your bass notes. Yes, actually, in trailer music, I don't really care too much about what instruments are already used doing something, and so this is going to be layered probably with some sustained strings and things like that. But yes, in any case, I'm going just to layer everything with other libraries, so it sounds much bigger. So this bass could be layered with the Metropolis Arc 5, for example, because I really love the sound of the low strings. The shorts are impressive, and also actually the sustain pads sound beautiful. Actually, we could just include that in the intro. Something like that. What do you think? Of course, the short strings will enter. We start playing before the place where they are right now. I also like layering these strings with aria. I think we did that the other day. Thank you. Yes, this is just a quick idea of just for starting a dark epic track. I don't know. Let's layer the spiccatos with this library, which works pretty well with trailer and epic music, I think, for the strings. So this should be now the second violins. And this one should be the first ones here. And also maybe the basses, just also here. I don't know. And many of these things are often just try. You just think of something, you just try it. If you like it, you leave it there. If you don't like it, you just change it, or you just don't use it directly. So this is the short strings right now. Okay, maybe we can also. Okay, let's just try to put this in the correct place so we can just see how much space we have between the intro and the build-up. Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. So I think we can also go with this sustains pad there. No, actually no, not that one. Probably we can also go with maybe Elysium 2. I don't know if you know this library. Maybe this. Okay, Logic directly crashed. So, you know, it happens sometimes. I don't know why, but it happens sometimes with some libraries. And I don't know why. And it's pretty annoying, you know, especially when you are just, I don't know. Just give it a few seconds or... But it's happening to me lately much and much more, and I don't know why, because honestly I just didn't update it anything, which is usually what causes me these problems. But I didn't do this in this case, so I don't know. Here we are again, okay. So I'm not sure if we have lost, probably we just, okay. The bad thing of this is that Omnisphere usually doesn't save the sounds. Usually. In this case, it saved this one. I'm not sure about this one. No, this one was the default patch. So I don't remember which one I used here. I think it was from this library, maybe. It was Berlin. Maybe it was this one. I think we also had another one from before, or no, maybe not. Let's see how everything sounds. Jin, you mean triplet? No, I think it actually respected that, right? Because actually I also even tweak these things, I think. I think it's correct. The one that didn't... The pulse Omnisphere didn't respect it was this one, I think. But I think here the arpeggiator was okay, yeah. Yeah, no worries, no worries. It's good just in any case just to check everything as well. So, okay. Maybe we can just go with... Okay, this is Omnisphere Pulse 2. We were going to use some arpeggiator from Elysium, I think. Hopefully this time Logic doesn't crashes. Okay, we are not going to use Elysium, it looks like. No, not the day for it. It crashed again, and actually now I need to just go with this one. So I don't know what's happening with Elysium. It usually didn't give me this problem solution. It only happened with some libraries like some of the Cine sample ones and some of the Vienna symphonic library ones too. But not with Elysium. I don't know. I don't know why. Because, you know, I didn't update in a while, you know. Hopefully this time we just got it right. Let's search for the sound. It was correct, I think. It was here. And it was this one. Okay, and let's check this one too. In any case, in case it didn't save it this time, yeah, it's correct. Okay, so no elision, sorry. I think the problem is not from the libraries actually. It needs to be something else because it happens with many of them. And of course I can't use the latest I got, modern scoring strings and Los Angeles scoring strings, because they just restart the computer. They don't even crash Logic, just they restart the computer. So okay. Yeah, that's something I like from Logic, you know, that you get constantly a backup of what you are working on. So in the end, that's really useful because, yeah, you of course always can lose something, but I don't know. It's not too bad. I like these pulses too. So this is pretty dark, but more for the intro maybe. Actually, let's just move everything. Let's just try to do this. Move everything here and just start with one of these. Okay, but I thought this was in the correct pitch. Probably now. Yeah, I think now. Maybe we can just make this a bit. No, it doesn't work. I feel this is just too long. So maybe. Okay, I just reduce this to the half of it. So maybe we can just bring, okay, everything, but not this. Just tweak. Okay, come on. So everything except this should be probably just around here. Hello, Ricardo. No, I don't use VN Assembler Pro. I've never used it actually. So I just don't know how it works. Actually, yeah, I know what it does, but just an overall idea about it. I've never used it and I've never felt I need it. So I had a friend that was using it in the past when computer slaves were needed and things like that. But I want this to disappear. No, not that one. This. Sorry. It's not my day today, honestly. Anyway, I want this to disappear slowly, so just a fade out over there, I think. Okay, so let's go maybe with some percussion we can create it ourselves. So no, I don't want this. I want a virtual instrument one. Okay. So the other day we were using damage. So I'm going just to use it today, I think. So first thing I usually do here, because this library has super big low end, so I just reduce the decay a bit so I can control that a bit better. Especially because I'm going to use some subhits and things like that, probably. Okay, this is just like a first layer for the percussion. I think this could be like this. Yeah. So let's double that patch and just use it in the mid, because you know the Armageddon patches in damage just bring super wide register. You get, it's like kind of ensemble of a tutti percussion or something like that. What is longest mix session you ever did, Victor? I have had a few nightmare mixes, took many hours of hair pulling moments long. You mean mixing music or just composing in general? Because composing, I remember just once that I had to deliver one track for a publisher I was working with, and it took me like 12 hours without stop. I mean, I remember it was in Christmas actually, last year, and it was, yeah, so yes. I had to get, I got the email at 1 a.m. here, because they are from Los Angeles, so in Los Angeles I think it's 9 hours earlier than here, so it wasn't really bad moment for them there. But here it was 1 a.m. and I received the email that they needed that for, I don't know if it was 7 hours what we had for it, for just delivering it. But you know, they always tell you much shorter deadline than the real one. So it was okay. I said, okay, I'm going for it. So I went to sleep, and at 5 a.m. I was in the studio already, and it was like 5 p.m. when I just finished completely. I delivered first version at 7 or something like that, so 1 hour before the deadline they told me. And okay, they started to request some changes. I was expecting that. We were with changes until 5 p.m., so 12 hours. But then when we finished that, they just told me that an editor also had asked about one track of mine, and they needed the changes in a couple of hours. So in the end, it was like 15 hours without stopping. So I felt sick after that. You know, I finished that, I went to sleep, and next day I was sick with some fever and things like that. That's not common. I've never really seen myself in that way more than 1 or 2 times. Usually it's like, I don't know, longest days can be 10, 12 hours. Usually, I don't know, one normal day for me can be something between 8 and 10 hours, maybe. When I have lots of things to do, can be more, but usually not more than 12, and 12 is already not normal, you know, not normal days. So but you know, I like it. So, and as this is just something that happens only sometimes, it's something I'm ready to do. I think there are people that had had worse experiences in terms of how much time without stopping working. But in the end, it's like your brain is not working anymore at all. You are just tired, and in the end, you just don't care about how this is sounding. So, okay, so I just go with damage 2 in the mid register. Okay, this is the mid register, and I'm going to double it. You know, I'm just getting different patches for each of the range of the instrumentation. So I get here damage 2 low, this would be damage 2 mid, and this one would be the high percussion. Okay, so I have everything organized, and that helps me a lot with the mix later, as I can just have much bigger control in the percussion than if I recorded everything in the same patch, you know. Okay, so high percussion, I'm going to use the other two for reference, and probably I'm going just to go with 16th. I don't know, maybe something like that, but match. Okay, this should be okay. Just doesn't look too bad. And I'm going just to reduce the volume here. I don't want this to be so. Okay, you know, this is just this needs to have lots of layers in order just to sound super big. So I'm going just to load the same thing, but just layering it with damage 1, also the Armageddon patch, that I found out they work pretty well together. Okay, so this is the one I'm going just to copy here in the mid, and this is the one I'm going to layer the high one. So okay, now the percussion should sound bigger than before. Yeah, it definitely does. So this is damage 1 low, damage 1 mid, and damage 1 high, damage 1, damage 1. Also we can just go with damage 1 again, but in this case with the metals, and I like these ones because to make anything just sound big, less percussion, it's good just to feel all the frequencies, not just the low ones, which is what many people tend to do. I think it's important just to go also with high percussion, things like this. That sounds not big at all, not aggressive at all, but when you layer that with everything else, it helps a lot to make the full percussion just sound much bigger. So let's try it. Look. Okay, yeah, exactly, and also in the highest parts, in the highest frequencies, you can go faster too. So that's interesting. So metals, damage 1 metals. I like for these things usually the devastator ones too. So these ones, drums, I think. Maybe hi-hats. Yeah, of course it needs more work than if you just go with, I don't know, one patch of damage, but results is not even similar. So this is the percussion. I'm going to add these things. So something like that, I don't know. Something like that, I don't know. Of course, in the mix you can just also blend everything together much better, like controlling the volumes with much more precision and yes, hi-hats. Also, I like to use some other things from ADO, for example. There is a library here. I think it was Hybrid Tools number 3. And if you go with individual instruments and you go with Epic Boom Kit, you just get this kind of booms. So I'm going with this. Hello, Luis. No worries. We are just creating epic, big percussion. So here you have all the layers, and we are now going to add this punchy kick. So let's see something like. Something like that. You know, I like to do this kind of, at some points, it adds lots of, I don't know, movement and aggressiveness and but it's hard also just to be in the correct tempo, you know. I'm going probably just I'm going to mute probably the low and mid layers, probably the metals too, and just go with this just for not getting confused with recording the boom. I'm recording the peak. Okay, not that sound. It's here. Okay, let's go. This is far from correct. Anyway, let's tweak a bit. Maybe we can just. Okay. So this is what I did. Maybe we can just. Maybe this is what I did, and that's why it's not working. It takes a lot to make music like this, but you make it look so easy, my friend. Hello, Natapak. I just don't find this style especially difficult. It's just about probably just choosing the correct sounds, I guess, or having the correct libraries in, not completely, but in a big part. And just do a lot of it and listen to a lot of this. I, for example, find much more difficult creating orchestral music, like some, I don't know. You know, for me, the most important and most beautiful thing from music is just generating emotions in people. Just experimenting these emotions, but also just bring that to people. And I think that's not easy to do, and actually not many people I know can do that. And that's the biggest challenge for any composer. You know, this kind of music, to me, it doesn't bring usually lots of emotions. It's like, okay, it's super big, yes, it sounds beautiful, powerful, sometimes, yes. But that's all. It's like, no, it doesn't really make me feel anything special like other music does. I don't know. It's hard to explain, you know, it's not something. Anyway, this is just a way to see this. I'm going just to move this. So this kind of music is pretty similar constantly, you know. I think it's always more or less the same thing. Let's see how this sounds. This is a disaster. Okay. You know, I'm going to just record that again. No. Needs to be. Something like that. But it looks like. Okay, I think I know what is this. Yeah. You know, it's quite easy to just do it wrong. This is also not okay. Okay. Okay, so this is what I originally recorded, I think. And this is what okay, I think I just made it wrong. Okay. This is wrong because, you know, these are triplets in general, and I'm not using triplets in the rest, so it's going to create a bit of conflict. I wasn't really really worried about it, but I think it's better if we just, for example, just reduce the tempo a bit, even a bit more, okay, for just recording this, maybe something like that, and just do it well. So let's try again, okay? I think now can be a bit better overall. There is a few mistakes, but probably here is one of them. But not too many, I think. Just let's reduce that. I just put it in the correct tempo. I feel like we need more movement in the highest parts. Like something really high going with this kind of yeah. So this is epic boom. I'm calling just. So let's add something that is pretty high, maybe. Probably something from this library. TikTok's. Or let's see metals. You know, I don't want it to be. Maybe this could work. So let's go with this. Okay, now I know what I want, you know. So it's something like let's do this. manually, like just in the piano roll. This is the note, so you know, I want this. I'm going just to finish this. Okay. And let's copy this. Okay, so now that we have these two bars complete, let's copy them. Because this is going just to be really in the background, and we just want this to give us the movement we miss now. That's the idea at best. You see? You can almost no hear it, but if you remove it, you notice it's something missing, right? That's what I feel at least. Even and that's because of what we were saying also about feeling the highest frequencies, and that you can go much faster in the highest frequencies. So this is like the facilitator metals. And okay, now we could just probably go with the trailer hits and these things. So for that I have a few audio libraries. That is what I usually use. These are my libraries, the ones I have installed, and the one I'm talking about is Quantum by AVA, AVA, I think it's the name of the company, and they have this library that gives you tons of different trailer sound effects, from risers, hits, drones, downers, booms, whoosh hits, I think two whooshes. Anyway, so for example, if we go with this one, I want this one here, right? So I just bring it here. This is one option to use these things. Sure, synth works. No problem, my friend. And you know, it's normal. These videos are super long, but it doesn't mean people, if you want to stay just in part of it, it's totally fine. Also, if you can't any day, or it, you know, I'm going just to do this in case it's useful for someone, but it's totally fine. I understand that completely. So have a good day, my friend, and let's see you in the next one then. Okay, I'm sorry, I just didn't tell you that it's going to be huge. This one, so. Okay, so yeah, we have tons of them, you know, different ones. I more or less just, okay, I have many of these. These are just, I don't know why they call them. This is more like the ones we have. So I'm going just to use a few of them, okay, to show how I usually. I'm sorry, I think the screen where you can see me is blocking the DAW at some points. I'm sorry. I can make it smaller if you prefer. Just let me know if it's annoying with this size, and I will make it smaller, or even remove it. Okay. So this is another one, and as you can see, I usually work with these things using the audio file, because this allows me just to see in the waveform where is the transients where should I just situate the audio exactly with the zoom I want, it's much more comfortable. And I usually have this open in another screen so I can just work faster with it, but it's fine, you know. Yeah, so we can just use one of these each bar, you know, and then we just will find for shorter hits, like those one without wishes, or less shorter wishes. So maybe we can just go with this one too, for example. I don't know, let's situate it here. I think it's here or there, maybe, I don't know. Let's listen to this. Yeah, it's there. So it sounds pretty big, as you can see, in general. Let's listen to everything, okay? And we can continue with that if you want. There is something weird there. Okay, lots of work to do here yet. We could go probably with introducing also, you know, I just don't want to load the modern scoring strings just in case my computer crashes, as it happens often. But maybe we can just go with, I don't know, let's see this ensemble sustains from Vienna Symphonic Library, the Elite strings. These are probably not the best for this because they sound much more realistic or classical than big and cinematic. Also the attack is super slow, which is probably not that good for, and it's in 0. Okay, let's change. Soft release, fast attack. Okay, let's see. Much better. Let's see. That brings me to something classical. Okay, so let's add this. There was something there. Let's go now with some brush, because just to get closer to the sound we want. No, because this is just something that needs time to be done. But there are a few things that will show the style much faster, and one is the brush, I think. So here, no, not that big, not yet. Let's add some horns sustains, okay? Okay, now let's go with more horns. You know, horns in epic music. And also, I usually try to just forget about the instruments I'm using, what I used for what. It's like I have no limit in the resources. I have infinite horns, infinite violins, infinite everything, you know. The goal here is just sound big, not sound realistic at all. Let's find a catchy melody for this if possible. Okay, I just don't love it. Actually, I just didn't even record it. Okay, that's fine. Let's try again something in that way, I think. This library for the horns is Yankee XL, Tom Holkenborg brass. This sounds bigger, trust me. I just tried the 12 horns from Cinebrass. This is 12 horns too, okay? And it sounds kind of bigger. It's different sound. It's, yeah, 12 horns always are going to sound super epic, but I prefer so much the sound of this library for that that kind of sound, you know. It's amazing. And also you can just buy the instruments you want. You don't need to buy it completely, which is pretty big and expensive, but For example, if you are not going to use, I don't know, solo trombone, you don't have to buy it. Actually, I just don't have it completed. I have the French horns, the trombones, the cymbasi, the tuba, and trumpets. But trumpets, I don't like them in this library. And I actually only have A6. But check it out because it's amazing. For this kind of music is pretty good. So what else? Choir also. No problem. In the orchestral tools side, I think in the libraries, I just don't remember, 800 euros or something like that. Quite expensive. Let's go with choir. I also don't worry too much about these things, like clipping constantly, because that's something I will just solve later. As far as it doesn't becomes annoying to me while creating it, while using it, it's okay. Let's go with the female choir now. Okay, so I'm missing some piatti crash. Let's hope it doesn't crash it. I'm going just to load piatti crash. Okay, unsuspended cymbals. Perfect. It didn't crash. Okay, so let's go with the piatti crash first of all. I think it's going to help me much better just to see where the suspended cymbals should go later. So I'm recording piatti crash. No, that one, no. And probably not this one either. Okay. So let's now, right now everything is super loud, super confused. We can't hear the short strings even when we did layering with 3 libraries, I think, or with 2 libraries. No, yes, 2. It's kind of a disaster in the mix right now. but it's something I don't feel worried about, not yet. Actually, let's just record double the melody with violins, okay? So let's go with the horns for reference and see what the melody did. And I'm going just to play the same thing with the violins. It usually helps a lot. But you know, something that we need to be careful with when we compose this kind of music is just not becoming too big too soon. Because the climax needs to be like the biggest thing ever, you know, but the build-up needs to be really big too. Not that much, but much bigger than the intro usually. And I'm talking about the standard trailer track, you know, or epic music, but it's hard just to make some things bigger than there are few tricks, but anyway, let's go with the violins first of all. So these are the second violins that I'm going to double with first ones, but 1 octave higher this time. And as always, I'm going to layer this library directly copying with these other two, the Appassionata strings by Spitfire and the Cinematic Studio strings, that I think is probably the most popular strings library out there right now. So yeah, this is what we have so far, okay? What we did today. What's that sound? And of course we should just work on adding all of these whoosh hits. You mean volumes? Honestly, I tweak that in the mix, but in the template right now, I think the volumes are, let's see. I have Appassionata and Cinematic Studio strings at 0 dBs, while the Vista are a bit louder, like 2.4. That's the current sound in the template, but this is just something that I tweak depending on the track, and especially in orchestral music I can also just work on the automating, you know, the volume. So this is just first reference, but I don't use them always like this. So yeah, pretty similar. That's it. There is nothing like, I don't know, -12 and 0, and no, they are all pretty similar, you know. Come on, I can't really do that. Anyway, so yeah, I think we can just, to make the idea, to give the idea a better set, just going to copy this here. Maybe selecting the 3 and just situating in the correct place one of them help us. So okay, let's just situate everything correctly here, also here. You know, I'm just selecting the 3 of them, the 3, and when I situate correctly one of them, the other 3 situate directly, because we did that work before in the first 3. So, or at least they should, because, for example, they didn't, not in this case. So, okay, maybe we just need to tweak that. Yeah, it looks like for some reason they didn't respect the proportion, but you know, this is just super mechanical work. It's just like situating the audio in the correct place, depending on this in the wave of the sound. So something like this here, there. What did I do? Okay, so this is just a bit annoying to do, but it's necessary if you want just to get a good result, you know. If not, it's super annoying in this kind of music just to find that the whooshes and whoosh hits and everything, all the effects are not in the correct place. It's super easy to detect and super annoying, so it's worth spending the time just to put everything exactly in the correct place. Okay, so do you remember what I said? It's super easy to detect, and I think that's probably because the transient is there in this case. Why do you say that? Okay, this is not there. Is it here? It looks like everything is not in the correct place, right? Or unless, I don't know. Anyway, I think you get the idea, and I shouldn't be here so much more time today. Yeah, it's not sounding well. This should be done with calm, you know, not just copy paste, but just selecting the correct sound, just putting everything in the correct place, you know, that's the idea. But I think you understand what I mean, right? So let's listen to everything, and maybe we can just continue this track in another video, if you find it interesting. Let's see.